Hello, hello. Welcome back to Southern Tea Podcast, where we are going to be talking about everything real estate. That's a little bit of what I want to start out on today's podcast talking about. But I also just want to point out that we do have an extra microphone, which I just dropped in the floor, um, and an extra chair. So we are always open to bringing on anybody um, from the community to do a spotlight on the podcast about your business. I think that is a really important part to real estate, especially for folks that are moving into this area from another state, maybe. They really need to know and understand what all Lawrence and the surrounding areas have to offer. That definitely is a driving force bringing people in. So I want to open the podcast up to anybody that has a local business or provides a service that might want to join the podcast. So, with that being said, let's jump in and talk a little bit about what the real estate market is going to be like in 2026. And I'm excited, so excited to report that it is shaping up to be a really, really nice market. I feel like we are going to be somewhat even as far as the playing field goes um, between buyers and sellers. I think that without a doubt, we still have a housing shortage. So we're going to have lots of people, lots of buyers competing for the same house. As a buyer, that may not excite you very much. However, if you have the right team behind you, the right agent, and the right lender, that really is going to elevate you in the buying process. When you have a team that has your back and knows the market and understands what's going on, that definitely sets you apart from everybody else. So if you're planning to buy in 2026, don't be afraid to do that. There are amazing incentives out there for buyers. Rates are coming down a little bit, and it's a great time to get in and buy and start building some equity. So call me and let's talk through that process because buying is absolutely going to be amazing in 2026. On the flip side to that, if you're a seller, you should be super, super pumped because you're going to have 10 buyers competing for your one house. That's the great part about supply and demand. We have little supply and lots of demand. So you are very likely going to have a multiple offer situation, which oftentimes drives the price of the house up. And if you're looking on the seller end, that's never a bad thing. The key thing for you to understand as a seller in 2026 is it's going to be a quick moving market. You're going to need somebody in your corner, like yours truly, that can help navigate the market and give you the best advice early on and upfront. I think we've talked on the podcast before about the way that I practice real estate. I never want to come in to your home and make promises that I'm not confident that I can keep. And I have a fear that in 26, we're going to see a lot of that. There's going to be lots of people throwing shiny numbers your way and making promises, so that they can end up with your house on the market. And oftentimes, that is not necessarily in your best interest. You need someone working behind you that can shoot it straight to you from day one. You want somebody to come in and make promises that they're confident that they can keep. I'm never going to give you a big, shiny, fancy number that I know is not realistic. That's one thing that I feel like sets me apart from other agents is I'm going to be honest with you on day one. I don't want to make a promise to you that I know I'm going to have to backtrack on in 30 days. So I would caution sellers in 26 to really go into selling with your eyes wide open, talk to different agents, find the one that you feel like you pair with best and that has really given you a clear plan for what their vision is on selling your house, because the market's definitely going to heat up and it's going to be an exciting time in real estate in 2026. So, hope that gets you guys prepared for what's to come in the market. It's going to be very exciting, and I look forward to serving as many of you as I possibly can. My customers and clients have been so faithful in the past, and I just cannot tell you how much I appreciate that and how much I look forward to working with you guys in the future. So let's gear up for an amazing 2026 real estate market and let's sell some houses and buy some houses. You guys know that I'm easy to reach through social media or the website, jennifergarretthomes.com. But also, you can always call me. I'm always available, and I love those communications when you guys have questions and you know that you can call and actually get me on the phone. I'm very proud of that. That's a service that I take very seriously. So if you have a question, give me a shout. 683-6476. And like I mentioned earlier, if you have a business that you want to showcase on the podcast, give me a shout. Let's schedule a date and get it on the calendar, because 2026 is going to be an amazing year in real estate. Thanks so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you again soon.